All right, so this is a question that has been asked a lot because very, very awesomely, loads of you have been selling your stock like hotcakes. And so you found yourselves in a situation whereby you are faced with an interesting dilemma. So when you run out of stock, or you believe you're going to run out of stock, what the hell should you do? You've got a few different options, and I'm going to talk about those options. I'm going to tell you what I believe is the right way to handle it depending on your particular situation. So when you are looking like you're going to run out of stock, you've got three options as I perceive it anyway. You can either close your listing. So in Amazon, you're given the opportunity to close your listing. So here, for instance, if I go to edit, I'll run so it's inactive. So that's already out of stock, look. But I can close my listing, okay? Or I can just let it kind of run out of stock, and then it will put my listing into like a bit of a limbo. So you can see here it says inactive, so that's out of stock. So it will do that. Or I can put my prices up and try and slow down my sales so that I stay in stock by the time I get my new stock in, because I've slowed down my sales, okay? So as I perceive it, that is the three different ways of handling the I'm running out of stock, what the hell do I do situation. So let me talk you through the best way to handle that. We'll start with a tiny little bit of Amazon SEO background, all right? And I go into this in a huge amount of detail in my Amazon SEO course. However, the salient pieces of information from that course are around sales history. So when Amazon is looking at where it wants to place you in the Amazon search engine results, so somebody searches for something, leather, dog leash, whatever it may be, and then Amazon presents all those results, Amazon makes that decision in part based upon your previous historical sales. So if you have been selling really, really well, and indeed your sales have been increasing, then Amazon will place you higher in the search engine results page for that specific search term. However, if your sales have been decreasing, then Amazon will place you lower in the search terms. And if your sales have been static, then you tend to maintain your ranking, all things being equal, i.e. somebody's not making a play to usurp your position. So that's all the information we really need to know about SEO. I could go much, much deeper. In my Amazon SEO course, I do go a crazy amount deeper. However, that's all we really know for this. So, taking that information, the next question is, what is the period of time that Amazon looks at when it's considering sales history relative to your ranking on Amazon? And the answer to that seems to be approximately 21 days, so approximately 3 weeks, okay? And there is some category nuances around that, but all things being equal, Amazon looks at your previous 21 days of sales history when it's making an assessment about where to place you in the search engine results page. So that's the two pieces of information that we need. So now it comes down to, how long do you think you're going to be out of stock for? So let me run a couple of different situations past you. If it actually works out, I'm going to put my camera on so I can talk to you about this. If it actually works out that you are thinking you're going to be only out of stock for, say, a week, 2 weeks, and then you're going to have stock back in your store, then what you ought to do is you ought to close your listing, and then when your stock comes back in, reopen your listing. And if you do that, then Amazon will save your ranking history, and you'll be back just exactly as you were when you go live again. So closing your listing doesn't mean you delete your listing, doesn't mean anything stupid like that. It just means you just close your listing, okay? That's all it means. And it's like you've gone on a holiday. That's the easiest way to think about it. And actually, if you do go on holiday and you don't want to be bothered with your Amazon store, that's what you do. You close your listings, okay? So, just to reiterate, if your stock is looking like it's going to get back into Amazon's FBA warehouses and you're only going to be out of stock for under 21 days, close your listing. And by doing so, when you open your listing again, you'll be back off, and there doesn't seem to be, or certainly it's negligible in terms of the loss of ranking that you experience if you do that. So there's that. However, if you think you're going to take over 21 days to get your stock back into Amazon, this is a much, much different situation. Because if it's over 21 days, you absolutely will lose rank. You absolutely will lose your ranking, which means when you get your stock back in, you will have to do a ranking campaign to get back to where you were. You will have to do that. And that will take some time. That will take some time. It will take the same amount of time that it took you to rank in the first place to re-rank in the second place, okay? So whatever that took you in the first place, it's going to take you at least that to re-rank, okay? So you basically got to do a full launch again. So with that being said, let's move on to the third thing. So now it comes down to a calculation in your head. Given that you're going to be out of stock for over 21 days, and given that, because of that, you will have to do a relaunch campaign, then my theory is that you might as well put your prices up and ruin your sales history, because you've ruined it anyway. You might as well put your prices up, ruin your sales history, and take the extra profit that you would get from that and re-rank your products using that extra profit. That's my theory. Again, super important that you understand this 21-day thing, okay? You've got to kind of come to terms with that. If you are unsure if you're going to be in or not, you should err on the side of caution. Because after 21 days, you lose all your ranking anyway. You lose all your ranking anyway. And you have to do a re-rank campaign. Now, how much should you increase your cost by? I hear you say. Well, I've got no idea. But you want to put your price up to be at least the most expensive within your category. At least the most expensive. Like the most expensive plus 10%, I would imagine would be a very, very good place to start. I don't know what that figure is because I've got no idea, but I'd imagine if I was thinking it, I'd probably thinking that's probably a good thing. The most expensive plus 10%. You may well find as a result of doing that that your sales miraculously increase. Don't be surprised if that happens. And if it does happen, well, that's a nice little bonus for you. When your stock comes back in and you have to re-rank, you re-rank at the higher price. So for me, it's kind of, you can't lose. Given that you've got to do it anyway, you kind of can't lose by doing it that way, all right? That is my thoughts on that. Anything else I want to say on that? No, I don't think so. So given that's the situation, that is what I would do. All right. What if you're already out of stock? Then again, listen, it's 21 days. So if you're out of stock and it's longer than 21 days, you've got to re-rank anyway. Then just get yourself ready to do a re-rank campaign. At which stage to put your price up? As soon as you know you're going to run out of stock and you're going to have a period of time when you haven't got stock in. I'm saying leave it open and increase it. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. So, hope that helps.
Hey, Neil here. Just before you go away, that was a question that I got asked on my regular Monday night Q&A session, which I have with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. So if you're interested in joining us as an Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, then you can click on the link below to find out a lot more about that. And also, as a special thank you for watching this video, I've got a great book that I want to give you for free. It's a current bestseller on Amazon, and it teaches you everything that you would need to know about starting a business here in Australia on Amazon. So you can see that just up there. So if you'd like to get a copy of that for free, then again, just click on the link below and you'll get a copy of that. You'll get taken to a page where you can get a copy of that for absolutely free. Hope you enjoyed that little snippet from one of my Aussie Online Entrepreneur Q&A sessions, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel and also like this video. And if you've got a question that you would like answering, then post it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer it, whether on one of these videos for you or directly in the comments directly below. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on the next of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs Amazon FBA Australia videos. See you soon.